So 1500. Spencer, you know a thing or two about this. What do you got for me? Men's 1500 world champs.
So I think we're looking at probably the deepest 1500 field in history this year, to be completely honest. I am stunned by the last 3 years. I mean, even the last 5 years about just how good this event is getting.
Mhm.
Um, it just seems like you have to be so on top of your game to even be in even in the final at this point, which is
Yeah.
crazy. And I feel like it's a really exciting year because yes, Jakob is the heavy favorite. However, there's so many other guys out there that could do something. And as we saw last year with Jake Whiteman upsetting
Mm.
Jakob, we know that Jakob is beatable. So it's not like he's impossible to beat.
Yeah.
Um, so I think that there's honestly five or six or maybe even nine guys that can medal. And then
Yeah.
I think there's two or three guys who could upset Jakob. To be honest, I think it would be hard to do, but
Mm.
that's I kind of want to hear what your overview as well, but we can get into our takes after.
Mm. So half with you. Um, Jeez, that was embarrassing. Anyways, I think Jakob has to be the favorite, like you said. Um, I mean, this year speaks volumes. He has not lost, and he's gone under 329 three times, which has only happened. Last time that happened was El Garouge. We're talking like absolute historic numbers. So consistency is already in Jakob's corner, but also he's got that championship experience. He's an Olympic champion, and even though he did get second in 2022, that was while going through rounds in the 5,000 and the 15, which he will be doing again, which of course we'll get to. Um, but yeah, I mean, as far as top three goes, we're talking at least six people could get on the podium, including Ingebrigtsen, Katir, Nagoose. Definitely have my eyes on the Nagoose and or the Goose, whatever you want to call him. The Goose is loose. And I mean, my eyes are always on your man Josh Kerr. Like he continues to impress me, and he doesn't even look like he's running fast, which is just amazing. But um, going back to 2021, that was when I think the big tidal wave finally fell, where it was like maybe we shouldn't run 65-second laps until the last 100 and kick. And I think that's what's made this so exciting. You've got them running under 330 in big championships, Olympic record from Jakob in 2021. Last year was 332, I believe, which is still super fast. I mean, and that was kind of tactical from them. So a huge amount of possibilities, but I'm still in Jakob's corner. I think gotten a very, very good build up, and I think he's at like a super high pitch point right now. I feel like something is going to have to happen for him not to win, whether it be like the perfect race for someone like Nagoose who has like a kick going out of control, or I mean, Timothy Chariot hasn't quite been at Jakob's level, but he's dangerous. And yeah, Nagoose and Katir are always there, but I feel like at this point I'm gonna have to like throw out my top three picks for medals here. I'm gonna go ahead and say them. I think Jakob takes the gold. I really do. In fact, I'm not going to spoil the 5,000 yet, but he's got a very good chance at doubling. So I think he's going to get first. I think Nagoose shows up like 3/10, maybe 2/10 behind Jakob for silver. I feel like if he had one more year experience, I feel like his racing has come so fast, so quickly to the top. Like he's learning. And in Paris, man, you better look out if he keeps on the pace. He's going to break the world indoor mile record. And I actually think that Josh Kerr is going to grab that bronze. I think he's just proven himself on a big stage. And even though he hasn't matched, I mean, he's ranked, what is that, like ninth this season? Behind Katir, Chariot, who have run in the low 29s or high 28s. Like, I don't know. I just feel good about Josh Kerr. I'm putting the mic down. I want to hear your thoughts.
Well, first of all, love your intelligence with just knowing to respect Josh in championship
Always.
races.
You told me to.
Um, yeah, and part of the reason his world rank isn't as high is because he doesn't do these diamond leagues year round like these other guys do. He likes to
Mhm.
kind of stay low key and just show up for the big meets. Um, your take is like kind of pretty similar to what I think I'm gonna say. I want to talk a little bit about the Americans before I get into my top
Of
three,
course,
but
of course.
I'd be really happy to see two Americans in the final. I think Naguse should make that final.
Mhm.
And then between Hawker and Wascom, if one of those two guys, those younger guys, I mean, yeah, one of those two guys can make a final, that'd be phenomenal. I know that Hawker's not what he was 2 years ago, and he's kind of coming back from just an inconsistent last year. But
Mhm.
it's good to see Hawker back on the world stage again. And he got sixth at the Olympics, so it's like, you know, he's obviously pretty good. And then
Yeah.
Wascom's just so young. I think he's happy to be there. But if we get two or even all three of them in the final, that'd be awesome. But I think that one thing that's going to be a huge factor is how these rounds go. And
Mhm.
I think that not only has the 15 become just a strength event in the final, where the last couple of years it's winning in under 330, the rounds are getting crazy too now. So you kind of have to be able to run 335, then 332, then 330 if you want a medal. So, and that's like in 6 days. So I think that that's going to definitely influence what happens to a guy like Naguse, who we don't know enough about his rounds ability at the world stage. So, like, I'm not saying it's going to be Naguse, but I think we can expect at least one of the big guns like a Mokatir, Naguse, Kerr, um, and any of these other guys who are in the hunt. One of those guys isn't going to make the final because that's just how it goes. That's what happened
Yeah.
to Oliver Hoare last year. Oliver Hoare, I think I had him down as a medal last year, and he didn't even make the final. So
Crazy.
it's going to be interesting who, it could be Chariot, it could be one of the other Kenyan athletes. So I think that don't be surprised to not see a guy who you think is going to medal not even make the final,
Yeah.
just because of the nature of how it is. But okay, I I really want to be like controversial. Even now, like
You want to say Naguse? It's okay.
I
We all
want
do.
to say Hughes, but I can't do it. I can't do it because Jakob has run 327 low, and I honestly
Yeah.
think that
That's fast.
he runs it with control. I mean, I feel like he still has like I think he's gonna run 325 in the next 2 years, which is like obviously a world record, and he's just running it from the
Whoa.
front.
Whoa. That's a name right there. That's a number right there.
Yeah,
Might use that clip in an intro to a TRP vid. Like he's gonna run 325. Whoa.
but I think we got to just give that gold medal to Jakob, and it is the Jakob show right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and I gotta go with my boy Josh. His best finish is bronze at the Olympics. He got fifth last year at Worlds. That's consistent. I think that he can show up when it matters and get a silver medal at this World Championships and try to go into the Olympics next year, hunting down Jakob and try to win that Olympics finally. I know that's his end game goal. And then for the bronze medal, I am going to, you know what? I love Naguse. I love my Americans, but gotta respect Mokatir. I think that he's a
Yeah.
consistent, strong athlete.
Bronze last year.
Bronze last year. I think he's gonna get a bronze medal this year again.
Hey,
And
nothing wrong with that.
I think that I'll just say I think Naguse will miss out on that bronze medal. He'll get fourth, but it'll be good for Naguse because he'll be upset about getting fourth, and then it's going to motivate him to try to get a medal at the Olympics next year.
Respect. I do respect it, even though I disagree on the Naguse train. I think maybe underselling him slightly, as I have him in a bronze position. No, and the main reason I did that was because I think he's learned so consistently through this year, and winning a Diamond League event. I don't know if you know this, but that Diamond League win he had in London was the first U.S. Diamond League 1500 victory on the men's side since like 2010. He broke like a Boston Red Sox curse, like Chicago Cubs curse. Well, not nearly that long, but I don't know. Like I am stunned by how effortlessly he makes a 53-second last lap look sometimes. But yeah, I mean, you've been with Kerr in a close capacity, and you've seen him train, and you know what he puts together on the final days. And going back, I'm gonna jump around here because I'm glad you touched on a few things. I'm glad you brought up Wascom because I see his name so often in so many different respects, but the one that makes me the happiest is I actually see him ranked number one in the world in the mile because no one's run a mile this season. If you go on World Athletics, and it's the indoor oversized track is 351. Brings a smile to my face, but Yeah, I think honestly, like a good shot for Wascom is to make it to like the finals. He's got like the Andrew Weeding effect where he's just happy to be here, and when you're happy to be there, you usually run better. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him in the finals. He's gonna go for broke, and he makes those powerful moves where he's just like athletic football pushing through the crowd. It makes me happy, but yeah, I think Jakob's just it's not the safe bet, it's like the knowledgeable bet. He's probably got like negative 100 odds. Have you seen those polls on DraftKings?
Yeah, it gets pretty steep after like
Mm.
3 guys. I know that someone's like plus 50,000. So I mean,
Oh my
toss a
gosh.
dollar on someone here
Yeah,
and
for
there. Like,
real. Oh, geez, that I did not know that. Hold on. I just want to see because I'm sure it's got to be negative. Like it has to be. Yeah. Oh my. Negative
yeah,
650. Not that they know like a ton about track and field, I'm assuming. I mean, these numbers probably don't come from nowhere, but I think that might be more as a favorite than like Faith Kipyegon in the women's 15, which is like I mean
that's
that's
insane. I don't think anyone's getting near Faith
oh
in the
no,
15.
she's negative 1,100. You don't see negative four digits. Here, my Spanish coming out cuatro. We just went to Plaza Las Americas, so I'm like all jacked up. I'm all over the place. Those are some good takes. I'm happy about the 1,500. We could literally spend an hour here, but I think we'll leave it at that for now. Jakob's a big name, clearly the favorite. There's Nagus Katir, her humming in clutch, not just because you're a teammate, but because you know a thing or two about the 15.